Help me welcome back Christine Day.
Taking a big breath here, just to take everybody in and just to feel myself back here, being here with each one of you. It touches my heart deeply. And I've had some very direct instructions from the Pleiadians about this talk today. So I bring the energy and the frequencies and the love from the Pleiadians, from Mother Mary, the Christ energy, from the galactic community, who I work very closely with. And they bring messages of encouragement and love, extending that love out to each one of you. And what they're saying right now is how important it is for you to understand the energetic dynamics that are going on in the planet right now. And that and also what is going on within you, most importantly. Because this is the time where we're being launched in a new way within our own sacred natures. And the doorways are opening wide. And this energy began December 21st, 2020, when there was that conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter on the 21st of December, where people would say, okay, a new Christmas star was birthed, because as the planets got closer and you could see them in the night sky, the combined light of those two planets birthed a light together. So there was the appearance of a new light physically in the night sky. In that light, there was a new energetic covenant activated across our earth plane. The Pleiadians say it was the beginning of the Aquarian age, the official Aquarian age, coming onto earth for all of us, for humanity. And since that time, that covenant light, which was like no other light on our earth plane, and the brilliance, the purity of consciousness that came with that light, that showered earth and showered us, has been growing daily right through this year. So that the energies of that light, the brilliance, has been emanating and expanding, not only across the earth planes, interacting with the grids, the vortexes, the sacred sites, but it's been emanating through the magnetic core of Earth. And Earth has been pulsating this energy like a new heartbeat, has been pulsing from the energetic of the magnetic core out across the earth plane, bringing Earth to a vibrational frequency that aligns to the rest of our resident universe. For the very first time, we are in the same frequency component of God consciousness light that with the rest of the universe. This has never been the case. So if you look at like a heartbeat of light pulsating out, but it's not only pulsating outwards across the earth plane and interacting with the energetic sites of Earth. No, it's pulsating directly into the cells of our own hearts. And the crystalline structure within our hearts has been evolving, unfolding. And we are receiving these transmissions from this covenant light of the God consciousness state, which we are a part. And each one of you holds that unique divine aspect of God consciousness like no one else in the universe. So we, those of us on the path, the way showers, are responsible for opening up and holding this energetic profile naturally within our hearts, whether we're aware of it or not. It's there and it's happening. And it's creating a new energetic profile within us as it unfolds within us. But that unique divine frequency, that individual component, is creating a balance of light on the earth plane, creating stability at this huge time of transformation and transmutation. Now, we have always lived in the past lifetimes, human beings having a spiritual experience. And the shift is happening where we're going to start moving into much more becoming spiritual beings, having a human experience, and moving into that component of truth which we are. Remember, the Aquarian age goes from I think to I know. And the energetic profiles that are happening on the planet right now, the veils are lifting in the time between now and the end of the year. We're going through an expanded launching of that frequency of the covenant and an expanded launching and unveiling within ourselves. So we are being called right now, yes, to witness the drama. We know there's drama out there. We know as a human being we're perfectly imperfect, that we are going to be human in certain ways. We will witness our imperfection. There's nothing wrong with our imperfection of being human. But it's what we do with that, of understanding and witness even our own human drama at times, just losing it, and witnessing all that craziness out in the world, and being in that craziness at times, but then stopping for a moment, witnessing that humanity that you are, your own idiosyncrasies as a human being, your own imperfections, and holding yourself with a lot of love and compassion and patience, understanding your humanity, and then choosing to leave the drama and coming back into a place of truth, of peace, of your own multidimensionality. That's sacred. And the message is we need to turn even more completely to that multidimensional aspect of our natural natures, our sacredness. This is the time that we have said yes to stepping forward on another level and allow the vastness of our love, of our potential, our multidimensional potential to evolve, to be unveiled to us. It's about coming back to yourself, returning to that sacred aspect that you are. That's this platform which is birthing and building. It's like there's this multidimensional platform where we can step forward into that space of the love that we are, of the vastness that we are, of our unlimited potential that we are. If we move away from the misperceptions and misunderstanding, the stories perpetrated by our ego mind, and just go, oh, okay, I was right in the middle of all that drama, of struggling, of the fear. Okay, I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to come back to the entry point of my own multidimensional heart and just take a conscious breath, which is in and out the mouth, which bypasses the ego mind. It allows you to align to the vastness of your multidimensionality, of your love, of your unlimited potential, and just rest there for a moment. As you do that, as you allow yourself to come home, to return, because your spiritual nature is fully intact just beyond the veil. And the access to your spiritual nature, to your multidimensionality is here. And any one of you in any moment can witness the drama, not become part of it, witness your own drama as a human being, losing it for a minute and feeling like you're going crazy and you're struggling and you just can't go on anymore. And in one moment, you can place your hand here and bring your awareness here and take a breath. And guess what? All of that disappears, all that illusion. You enter the sacred space of truth. You're the truth of the light that you are, the peace. This is where you relink into your intuition and allow that intuition to come into your life and guide you. Now, it's not about doing it all perfectly. You're not going to do that. You're not going to be in your heart all the time because you're human. You're going to have your human imperfections, your moments of being in separation. But it's about understanding your dynamic. Just understand the dynamic that exists between your humanity and your sacred nature. And witnessing yourself and go, whoa, look at me right now. I'm right into that illusion. Or look at me right now. I'm right here in the silence and the peace and the vastness of my own self-empowerment. It's so essential because in the moment you choose yourself, and when I talk about self, I talk about your unlimited potential, where the peace and truth exists, and understanding and clarity and knowledge exists. One moment in that space, every cell in your body begins to transform. That direct experience of you meeting yourself in that moment shifts you and changes the old cycles of self-sabotage. Those old cycles, the old belief systems that we've been hanging on to. Fear, struggle, limitation, lack. All these energies are perpetrated by the misperception of your ego mind. That story we hang on to of being a victim. Something was done to me. When in reality, you've created experiences in order to learn. That's all it is. You making a series of choices, and through those choices, you've had a series of learning experiences that you have to take ownership of. Maybe it's being without any money. Maybe it's being without any love. Maybe it's the belief that you don't deserve, that you're not good enough, you're not lovable. But they all arise from the ego mind, the programming we received as children, or we chose to take on things about ourselves that we believed ourselves to be. That's the story, that's the illusion. But stepping aside and looking at that dynamic, witnessing yourself in life and the way you feel about who you are, or how you get angry, rageful because of the inner fear. And just seeing how you play that out and just breathing through it and go, whoa, look at that. Just look at how I was in that moment. And then understanding you choose this moment differently and you come back to yourself here within the heart space. Back home. There is absolutely nothing you've ever done, nothing you've ever said that hasn't been is a wrong decision, wrong experience. You've played out your life, your story of your human self with other people who on a stage. You're a player on a stage, and you have other players that are in your story. Everyone's played their role perfectly, including yourself. You can't make it wrong. You can't even wish it never happened. It's about embracing your creation, taking responsibility for that creation, and even smiling and letting go, letting it just shed away from you. Because at this moment with the energies on the planet, there's a huge ability to just shed the old belief systems, to shed the old shells. But it takes you choosing to claim your creation, to take full responsibility for everything that you have created and experienced. You don't have to take any responsibility for anyone else. That's theirs. But you do have to embrace And hold yourself with love and compassion for the courage it's taken for you to have lived your story out. And one story is not more than another. Suffering is suffering, and we all have suffered in all sorts of ways. And it's brought us to exactly who and where we are in this moment in time. And at this stage with the new energetics, there's going to be a huge energetic profile where the light is going to open on another level where we will unveil ourselves through our hearts in a rapid process. Between now and the end of the year, this is the acceleration that's taking place. And all it takes is for you to take ownership of yourself through your heart. Just moments of that. Moments of utilizing this covenant light that is here, expressly here for us, for you, to fully utilize and allow yourself to enter your sacred component, and the extension of your natural sacred energy, your higher self, the oneness, whatever words you want to put on it, it does not matter. But it's your own unique divine component that you're coming back to. And what the Pleiadians are saying is that in the middle of your day, they want you to witness and recognize the drama that's taking place, consciously take a breath and come into your heart and feel the other aspect of your own multidimensional arena within your heart space. And more you shift moments of drama to your heart. And you start to end that separating element. You can only separate from yourself. Yourself, your higher self, is fully intact and working with you. And you choose, through your ego mind, to witness the illusion and live through that illusion in moments. And you have as much power to leave that illusion and come back into your heart space where there's clarity and peace. Clear pathways for you to follow now. And it's about linking back into the sacred flow that you are. You are a sacred flowing light, an endless flowing light of energy. And when you link into the heart, you link back into the flow, and that flow starts to align you up to your natural birthright of abundance on all levels. So if you find yourself in a pit right now with no money, everything kind of feeling out of control, not okay, feeling alone, separate, you come back here and you find yourself. Because the fact is, for us to change the earth plane, yes, we have all the energetic realms with us, the angels, the light beings, the masters, the Pleiadians, the galactic community. I mean, they're holding vortexes, they're anchoring through all the energetics. But we in human bodies are the only ones who can create the change. This was part of our destiny. That's what we said yes to. We said yes, that we would come and we would participate. Participating is coming back to your heart in moments. And when you do, when you link into your heart cells and reconnect to that vastness of your own light, then the whole planet can shift. And it only takes a number of us to collectively do that in moments to create a new balance of consciousness coming onto the earth. This is going to happen. It's assured. The Pleiadians say it's all going to take place, this whole transition. We will be successful in our mission. That is absolutely going to take place, a changing of consciousness on this earth plane. Humanity will change. And they say we're in great shape. Of course, we look at it and go, what a mess. But that's from the ego mind standpoint. We are in great shape. We're actually ahead of time as far as the Pleiadians are concerned. And so that we don't see ourselves clearly because we see ourselves from our ego mind's misperception. But through the vastness of your heart, you get to choose to look in and align to truth. To truth. There's only one truth. You come back to yourself through your heart and align to truth. To the vastness of your own unique love that you are. Each one of us carries this incredible component of love. Like no one else on the planet. We're not in competition with each other. We need each other. We each need that individual component of love that we are. And we come together as a collective group and create this amazing sacred mandala that shines here on planet Earth. And of course radiates out into the universe. And the whole resident universe is watching us right now. They're helping, and you say, well, what's in it for them? Well, guess what? We are the only planet left that is not operating beyond that third dimensional illusion. They need us. They need planet Earth to complete the energetic of the resident universe. And that way our whole universe shifts and begins to align to the God seat of power. Our whole universe moves into an elevated state of consciousness. So it's, these energies are living incarnations themselves, and their mission in their incarnation is to do what they're doing here on the earth plane in supporting us. They have no alternative. Alternative, whatever that word is. Thank you. They don't have any alternative motives. They come with their love. They hold the space, a clear platform around us, and we have free will. And they hold the platform, and we have free will, and they hold the platform. A steady platform like a mirror of light that radiates to us so that we can witness ourselves even more completely. But another important aspect is understanding that your ego mind will never, ever, ever accept your multidimensional light. It can't go there. It only knows third dimension. Illusion, fear, struggle, lack, limitation. And that's okay. It was never meant to do any other job. It's here to support us in organizing our third dimensional lives. It's not here to run our lives. So you can't look to the ego mind to comply and tell you how wonderful you are, and how amazing you are, and how vast you are. That's not going to happen. And the ego mind chatters away. It still chatters away, but guess what? It doesn't change your alignment to the light in your heart, to the vastness that you are. So you light the flame of yourself within your heart. You light the flame and you open into that living flame of your sacredness. And that light burns strong. That's what we're needing to do, to build the light of the flame within our hearts, our multidimensionality. This is our sacred purpose. It's what we said yes to doing here. And each one of you matters more than you can ever imagine. You matter. You are loved. You are held. You are honored. You are not alone. And sometimes when we're working with our ego mind and the stories of just being isolated, alone, not understood, we're looking to be understood, to be truly loved within our humanity, but that's not possible, this type of love we're looking for. It can't happen in that way. The real love that nurtures and nourishes our systems is the love of our hearts, that unconditional love that exists within the multidimensional framework only. And so we're searching for that, reaching for that unconditional love, but we're searching for it here from the ego mind within our third dimensional lives. And then we tell ourselves we're just not worth it. We're not okay. There's something really wrong with us. That's the story from the ego mind. That somehow we're bad, wrong. And as you develop that flame in your heart, that love of your heart is designed to extend to your humanity. To hold that human part with that unconditional love and allow healing to take place. So that the human part of you can rest instead of striving and struggling to try and get it right, to do it perfectly, when it's an impossible thing. And the biggest lie around, enlightenment is, well, in order to be enlightened, you have to be perfect. Well, and as a human being, we're perfectly imperfect. So you're never going to be able to achieve enlightenment because guess what? The story is you're just a loser. You can't get it right. You can say, okay, I'm not going to lose my temper. I'm going to just do it right. I'm going to be loving, caring, all compassionate. And the next day you just lose it. And you go, see, I'm just not okay. That's the lie. That's kept us in separation for lifetimes. But the truth is, in order to become enlightened, you have to accept your imperfection. It's self-acceptance. And there's nothing you have to change about yourself in order to be enlightened. You're okay just as you are. I have to tell you that. You're all absolutely okay. And there's nothing to change in order to move into your enlightenment process. Just accepting your imperfection and not always holding yourself with love and compassion because you're not going to be able to. But having moments of witnessing yourself, almost laughing at yourself and go, just listen to me. Look at me. And taking a breath and letting go and going, I'm doing the best I can in this moment in time. And actually, you've always done the best you could in each moment of time. You've always done the best you could under the circumstances, whatever those circumstances were. So there's nothing to try and get right, nothing to change. It takes a huge burden off you and allows you to move forward on your path in a new way. To claim your divine heritage within your heart, to work with the covenant light that's here, supporting you right now in your day-to-day living. To choose reconnection to your heart in moments. One moment. You can do that for one moment. Just holding your heart and bringing your awareness there and taking a conscious breath and letting go. And allowing yourself to receive that moment. The ego mind won't want to receive it, but your awareness can. And the conscious breath, that breath in and out the mouth, creates, it bypasses the ego mind and allows you to have a true experience in that moment. And that's all it takes, because each moment is accumulative. So moment by moment, you choose to be self-empowered. That's what I love about this whole thing. It's not up to anyone else. It's all up to me. I get to choose the moments I connect into my heart. Nothing can get in the way of that. No human circumstance, no other person can get in my way. I don't have to depend on one other human being. It's me coming back to me rebirthing myself, returning home. And that turning point for me was when I met Jesus Christ in the Sea of Galilee in Israel, when he came across the water and just walked towards me with his light. And that love that just really brought me to my knees. And I really expected him to say some beautiful words to me, but he actually didn't. He was actually quite stern. He said, "When are you going to take yourself off the cross? You've come here to resurrect yourself in this lifetime. You put yourself up on that cross and you're the only one who can take yourself down." That was a life-changing moment for me. So it's about looking at that energy of that self-condemnation, of what you're holding against yourself. And letting go of that, taking yourself off the cross. That's the energy Jesus Christ brought to the earth plane, was self-resurrection. That is our mission here, self-resurrection in this lifetime. And through that self-resurrection of choosing differently, just choosing to see things differently, not seeing yourself as a victim or a perpetrator, that's just the experience in the moment. But just holding yourself with that compassion for all the courage it's taken to take those steps, to have those experiences. The isolation, that suffering. And beginning that moments, not all the time, moments of self-reconciliation, of understanding you did the best you could in each moment, and that was enough. You were enough. That you fulfilled your pre-agreements with the other individuals to play out your role, and they played their role out perfectly with you. And just accept the experiences. And Jesus of that day talked to me about love, about the magnificence, the beauty of self-love, of how important that was, that we bring that energy, that I bring that energy to humanity. And as each one of us unfolds in those moments within our own heart, we bring it. You transmit it through your heart. That beautiful essence of self-love. Wherever you walk, it transmits through you. It's not about doing anything grandiose. It's about being in the moment and allowing yourself to walk through the world with that imprint of yourself. That is enough. You are enough. That is what we said we would do here at this juncture. And with the acceleration of this awakening that's happening, it's like put on your seatbelt. We're on for a very accelerated ride of light. Those of us who choose to harness this light through our hearts, it can only come through here. This is the only place you'll receive your intuition, your guidance, your light, the light of the covenant, to fully utilize that light into the crystalline aspect of your multidimensional heart, which we know extends well beyond the physical body. Just allowing yourself to be in that space and open into a state of receivership. Receivership. This is what Mother Mary brings to the earth plane. The receivership, the return of our blessings to us. They're coming back to us, our own natural gifts of love, of light. And choosing to allow moments in your heart, you start to recollect. It's like just recollecting yourself. And those aspects of those pure blessings that we are, that is part of our sacred component, our makeup. And allowing our lives to unfold on a different level, because they will. Because whatever we carry energetically inside of us, the universe mirrors that in the outer of our lives. So the doors open wide, wide. There's so much for each one of us to receive at this time, to be made manifest within you. Your spirit, you make manifest every time you come into your heart. And it's a natural state. It's returning back to your natural state of the sacred that you are. It's not something miraculous. No. It's a natural, simple state of being. And in that state, you thrive and you take ownership of your space. You take your place here, as we said we would. We said yes to this journey. We may not remember that, but it's a gift, an honor to have been able to come here and be on this planet at this time. And you can lose sight of that if you get caught up in that illusion out there. It's huge. And it's building momentum too, by the way. It's not going to get less. It's going to get even more expanded, that drama. Now, will you just become more into that drama, or do you choose to witness it and be more here, where you live, where the truth of you lives, where the extension and the expansion of who you are exists? Being a spiritual being, having a human experience. And then as you evolve into that, you're able to be much more compassionate with your humanity. Much more tolerant of your idiosyncrasies. You're not going to become perfect. It's amazing how we want just to become this perfect human being. Our ego minds want that. That's not what we're supposed to be doing here. We're supposed to continue to have the human experience, moments of separation as we need them to learn. If you've still got learning to do, you'll have moments of that separation. And I find myself, when I'm in those moments, it's like kind of exciting. It's like, oh, here's something else for me to learn. I don't look at it as something horrific. It's something, oh my gosh, here's something else. Okay, I'm feeling this anger. So what's the fear that's coming up? What's just triggered this fear inside of me? What part of me is feeling that vulnerable? And it gives me the opportunity to link more into myself and who I am within that vulnerable human part. But it's my love from my heart that holds my humanity. And then my human part, who was very damaged as a child in cult ritual abuse, gets to heal on another level. And the energy of our old shells that we're carrying, we're kind of carrying the old shells from our lives whatever we've experienced, whatever our story happens to be from the living this human existence here, they start to just like fall away, break away. They fall off. Because they're just old, outworn shells of illusion, of restriction, of old belief systems, things we've taken on from our parents or from society. You know, like betrayal. I was betrayed. And you've got that heavy shield in your heart of betrayal. You know, it's like it just can just fall away. It crumbles in the space of your light. So it's about choosing consciously this path in a very different way right now. Of witnessing that life that you're living on that third dimensional level within your humanity, but being conscious of it. It's being self-aware. Oh, look, here's an intense situation. Well, let me just take a breath and let go and just witness it, but you don't become part of it. Unless you want to go into the drama and be part of that drama. And you can. There's no wrong way of doing this. How much do you want to suffer? How long do you want to suffer for? You can suffer as long as you like. That's your business. Yeah. Suffering is the choice. And at the same time, instead of being totally locked into that human experience in the drama, you're feeling your heart and you're feeling that other part of yourself, the sacred part. And that sacred part, that flame is burning brightly. And you can feel that. And you're witnessing that unfolding of that drama. And you're breathing. And you're letting go. You're just letting go. Because you choose to do it differently, because you can. And the most important thing to be able to really work with this is to see yourself, your whole nature, your sacred and your human part, start to understand the dynamics. The more you understand the dynamics of two parts of yourself, the more you become engaged more with the spiritual part of yourself within the flame of your heart. And your whole life shifts because you get to see everything in a very different way. Because when you're fully engaged up here, you're in the confusion, the limitation, and you can't even think straight. And the emotion that comes with that. Where you feel like you're going crazy. We could have felt that way during this pandemic. It was a lot. But it propelled us, catapulted us into different experiences to offset that ego mind. And we emerge like a caterpillar from a cocoon, like a butterfly. Understanding more about what we want and what we don't want. Who we are. And what we choose, consciously choose for ourselves in this day, in this moment. How do you choose to live this next moment? Moment by moment by moment. Because true moments are multidimensional. When you bring your awareness into the moment rather than thinking about yesterday or what's coming, and you choose to be present in that moment of time, then the moment unfolds. It's multidimensional because there's no such thing as time. And you start to open into an arena of a very different experience within that moment. And it's you being present within that experience. That's your heart. Because you can only End the separation when you choose to be present in the moment in your own heart. That's where everything is unveiled to you in that moment. The understanding, the solutions to things that your ego mind say are impossible. It's like I'm trapped in a prison. No, you're not. Your ego mind is trapped in a prison. Separate your awareness. The word I is not your ego mind. You are not that. I am is here, the flame, the light of your own consciousness, your own light, your God consciousness state. Start to shift your perceptions because you can. You can. In moments. Moments. 1 moment a day. Allow yourself 1 moment a day. Don't give yourself, I'll do it for a whole hour. You won't. Won't happen. And then your ego mama say, see, couldn't do it. Told you. You know, you're not okay. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are? All you're being asked to do is to move into opportunities in moments right now, to allow this sacred unfolding to happen within you, to allow the sacred unfolding on this earth plane that we are a part. You are a natural extension of God light that exists through every living thing on this earth plane, that exists within our resident universe. You are an unlimited aspect, a life force, unique and needed within this universal realm. This is who you are. And I have the privilege of being able to look out and witness these energetics that you all are. That is part of my natural gift. To be able to see and appreciate the jewel that each one of you is within your hearts. And I can receive that by being right here in my own heart. If I am not here, present in my own heart, I'm in separation. But when I'm out of separation, I get to witness the array of the rainbows of the light that exist here in this room. And that is my natural gift, aspects of my natural gifts, and each one of you have the same potential to unfold into those natural gifts as you spend sacred moments with yourself within your heart. Akashata ia she om da ine a she om she o. He a she om she om she o. Kia Shata ia she om da ine a she om she om she o. He a, he a, he a. And I wish to honor you and all that you are in this moment. so be it. Thank you, everyone.
Well, I thought I'd this morning give you a song that was inspired by one of my students. For many years, I worked as a speech and language therapist working with kids with special needs and special education. And this particular child had significant disabilities of both physically and cognitively. But I loved working with her. It was due to a brain tumor removed when she was only 5. And she was an amazing child. I loved working with her, and I came to realize through the years that not only was she a student, she was a profound spiritual teacher. Her name was Mara Beth. In special ed, she's the one who drags her leg. She only reads a few short words. She is here to learn. When Mara Beth writes her name, every letter proclaims, I am here and here I am, Mara Beth, in God's great plan. All the things we take for granted, life never handed Mara Beth. But with the things that truly matter, she is a master graduate. When Mara Beth walks down the hall, it's like she's answering the call. So intent upon her path, each step stronger than the last. And Mara Beth has found out how to live and breathe in the now. Past and future fade away as Mara Beth greets each new day. All the things we take for granted, life never handed Mara Beth. With the things that truly matter, she is a master graduate. And I have noticed when she speaks, with every person that she meets, she brings a smile upon their face. They slow down the pace, find this simple joy of life between the noise and the strife. Those with eyes become aware of the gift that Mara shares. All the things we take for granted, life never handed Mara Beth. But with the things that truly matter, she is a master graduate. And I have taught her 7 years. I have seen her parents' tears, the sorrow and the happiness wrapped around this child who's blessed with all the things that truly matter. The love and laughter and holiness. I believe the wisdom of the sages down through the ages has come to rest in Mara Beth.
So let's just take a conscious breath and letting go, feeling the beauty of our circle of light here. That each one of us is a unique divine aspect, creating and making up this full circle of light, this oneness, this collective energy, who we are. This collective vibration of our circle can go outwards right across this country, right across this earth plane, touching all of humanity. Akashata inea, eshe om, eshe om, eshe om. Together we form an imprint of this light that supports creating the balance of light on this earth plane, supports the human energies, opens through the hearts of men. Akashata I, eshe om de ine a, eshe om, eshe om, eshe om. So be it. Amen. Thank you, everybody.